The 2024 NFL Draft is in the books. It is time to grade every single team's draft, and you can get mad at me if I didn't give your team an A. That's totally fine. We're professionals here. We can handle it. I do want you guys to start off by sounding off in the comments and grade your team's NFL Draft. If you just want to give them an A, I totally get it. I understand that there. Grade your team's draft for me in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. Arizona, I do like what they did. And in general, I value early round picks and volume and all that good stuff. A- for me. Marvin Harrison Jr. was a great selection. Max Melton and Darius Robinson were slightly early. I like the Trey Benson pick a lot. Isaiah Adams, Tip Ryman were early for me. There's a lot of upside with Elijah Jones, DTD, the safety. I love the Christian Jones pick in the fifth. That was one of my favorite day 3 value picks there. Arizona should feel pretty good about the long-term direction they're heading in. And this will get people, Falcons fans, mad at me. It's fine. I get it. I don't get taking Michael Penix at 8. It's not where I had him graded. He's not going to play for 2 years, barring injury. You're a contender, so you kind of wasted that pick for short-term, long-term stuff there. I thought Ruka Row was a reach, to be quite honest. I did love Braylon Trice, Brandon Dorless. Love those picks in the 3rd and 4th. Everything else was just kind of okay for me from a day 3 perspective. So I'm sorry, Falcons. I didn't like the picks. Our Falcons channel was a little more positive, I think, about it, though. The Ravens, this is what they do, man. They just draft well. Nate Wiggins, value pick. Roger Rosengarten, sniped him from the 49ers, I think. Adisa Isaac, value pick. Devontae Walker, TJ Tampa, Rasheen Ali on day 3. All super good value, filling needs. Love the fits there. I don't get the Devin Leary pick, but once we get to day 3, that's not going to drastically change the grades. It's the day 3 picks. I'll never get anything lower than a C from that perspective, from individual grades there. Love what the Ravens did again. The Bills, I am not nearly as mad at them as others are for trading away from Xavier Worthy. The Chiefs get him. I'm okay with that there. Keon Coleman I like. Cole Bishop I like. Dwayne Carter I like. Ray Davis is the single best story in this year's draft. Actually a great fit alongside James Cook. A bunch of other day 3 selections that I think will be nice value picks there. A is great. B is good. C is average. D is bad. F means you got to fire people. I've become nicer in my old age. I don't give that many Fs out these days. Who is your biggest winner in this year's NFL draft? Go ahead and go to the pinned comment and vote on that, or at least take advantage of the ad that's coming here on YouTube and go vote down there. Biggest winner of the 2024 NFL draft. Carolina, was able to get good pick. Jonathan Brooks, good pick. Trevin Wallace, good pick. J.T. Sanders, good pick. Shaw Smith-Wade, good pick. Jaden Comedy, good pick. Michael Barrett, good pick. It's good. Nothing was like, oh, wow, what a steal for me. But I'm like, these are all solid players, and I like some trade down stuff they did as well. So I like what Carolina did. Not having the number 1 overall pick is, I'm not going to ding them for that because that does suck. But overall, it was a good class. Good class. I'll be honest, I almost dinged the Bears to a B because they took a punter in the 4th round. But I really like Caleb Williams, my number 1 quarterback. Rome Odunze is a top 10 player for me this year. Karan Amagaji, I think, is a future starter at left tackle. And I love the value of Austin Booker. Future picks, I know they'll deal with that later. I'm not going to ding teams for doing that. I like what the Bears did. Only 5 picks. Probably some of the better efficiency. They went 4 for 5. The damn punter in there. The Bengals, an A- for me. Amarius Mims, I like his. I'm in on him. I believe in him. I wasn't as high on Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson, Eric All. That was like a half round to a round early for me. Jermaine Burton, fun player, got that dog in him. Also has the beware of dog sign as well, because you can ask Tennessee fans on that one. Like the fit in Cincinnati, though. Josh Newton, good pick there in the 5th round. I like the double dip on Ole Miss players. Matt Lee was one of my favorite 7th round picks this year. I was higher on him than most people. It's a good class for Cincinnati. I don't grade on curves. So when you have a 2nd, a 3rd, a 5th, a 6th, and 2 7ths, you're going to be working against the 8 ball to get up higher here. Michael Hall, I am scared-roused by him. There's immense upside and not great production. That's scary but intriguing. Zach Zinter was a little bit early. I did like Jamari Thrash a lot in the 5th round. That was one of my favorite picks of the 5th round overall. Nathaniel Watson, Miles Harden have upside moving forward, but you're limited on draft picks there. I'm only going to give you a C. The Cowboys, B-. Guyton was my 30th overall player. You got Cooper Beebe, too. I love that pick. I love the Kalen Carson edition in the 5th round. Marshawn Kneeland, I wasn't as high on. I was not high on Maurice Leafau. If they'd simply taken Jalen Wright in that late 3rd round pick range, every Cowboys fan would have been a lot happier. Now they're staring down the barrel of Rico Dowdle, Royce Freeman, and Deuce Vaughn and Hunt Lipke, and we assume Ezekiel Elliott, who was terrible last year for the Patriots. I'm sorry, he wasn't good. That's scary. So big hole. Their biggest need, I would argue, wasn't really filled. Or at least one of their top 2 needs wasn't filled. But the individual picks were pretty solid. So B- for me. Let's go to the Detroit Lions here. I'm going to give them a B. I like the picks to an extent. Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw, double to the corner. I like that. Surprised they took Giovanni Manu in the 4th. Sione Vaki is my favorite player of like day 3. Like, it's just a freaky special teams running back who was announced as that. Safety can play that too. Love the value for Mekhi Wingo and Christian Mahogany as well. Pleasantly surprised those guys fell to the Lions. So it's a good draft again by Detroit. I actually like it almost maybe a little bit more than last year's, which turned out pretty damn great. But they had Brian Branch, and that was my guy last year. I loved that. Such a good pick. Today's show is made possible by Mando. Mando is something that can help. I'll be honest, it gets hot and sweaty here at the Chat Sports offices during the draft. We're here for we've been here for 12 hours. We said we're filming this basically. Get a little stanky. It's what Mando comes out to help with, right? They are clinically proven to work hard all day. Instead of covering up BO with heavy fragrances, Mando stops odor at the source, stopping the stink from happening in the first place. Created by a doctor, Mando whole body deodorant is powerful enough for the toughest body odor, but also gentle enough to use everywhere, allowing you to put Mando on the old family jewels without any worry. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice as well, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Get $5 off Mando by using code CHAT, C-H-A-T, over at shopmando.com. That's over 40% off your starter pack when you go to shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. Shopmando.com. Use promo code CHAT. We'll go to Green Bay, and I'm not going to let producer Sam skate from the Broncos grade. Can't let you do it, buddy. Can't let you do it. Green Bay here. Again, I like what they did overall. Jordan Morgan might be a guard. We'll see about the arm length issues there. I thought day 2 was good. Outside of Tyron Harper, I didn't like that pick at all. Too early for me. Adrian Cooper, Javon Bullard, Marshawn Lloyd, 3 players I liked pretty well there. Didn't like Evan Williams, Jacob Muntz. I thought Pratt and King were totally worth it in the 7th round. So that day 2 kind of carries it for me for Green Bay. Denver. Producer Sam's the Broncos fan. He is mad at the Bo Nix pick. He might never mentally recover. I thought every other pick outside of the Utah receiver, Devon Valley, because he's 27 years old as a rookie, which is insanity. Every other pick was really good. I like Jonah Ellis there. Troy Franklin was my best available player, one of them at the top of the 4th round. Chris Abrams-Drain was a great pick. Audric Estime is going to be a great power back in Denver. The South Carolina center, Nick Gargiulo, I think it's pronounced like that. That was a good value pick in the 7th. I hated the Vell pick. He's 27, whatever. It's 7th round pick. Who cares? Just comes down to if you like Bo Nix or not. I don't like Bo Nix that much. I'm sorry. Biggest loser in the 2024 NFL draft. Falcons, Denver are going to be very popular answers. I know that. Drop that team name for me in the comments. Houston, remember, no 1st round pick. They traded down to get 2 seconds. And it's fine. Kamari Lassiter, I think, might have to be a nickel. I got speed concerns there. Straight line speed. Blake Fisher, is it going to be a tackle or a guard for them? Because they got 2 good tackles that they paid in recent years. Kalen Bullock, I'm intrigued by him. I really am. But he can't tackle. But he's a great free safety. He's got range, playmaking. Cade Stover gets to go back with C.J. Stroud. And then they had a bunch of 6th and 7th, so like the volume's there, but it was kind of a thin top-heavy class. That's why it's a little bit lower there. Indy, they took the first defensive player, Laiatu Latu, at 15 overall. They got A.D. Mitchell in the 2nd. There was some character stuff there. I know the GM was mad about that, but that's why he was available for him. Sorry. Matt Gonzalez, I might be a guard for them. We'll see on that front there. Center, Tanner Bortolini. A little surprised there were no corners. Maybe Jalen Simpson becomes a corner for them in the 5th round until Micah Abraham in the 6th. Anthony Gould's an intriguing special teams player, by the way. I did like that one there. So, Indy overall had a pretty solid class. We'll stay in the AFC South, Jacksonville. I love the Brian Thomas pick. I love the Jerry Jones pick. I didn't like the Mason Smith pick. That was early for me. They also went special teams heavy. They took a kicker in Cam Little and a return man only, I think, in the NFL in Keelan Robinson from Texas. Miles Cole is one of the freakiest athletes in this year's class. The dude has almost 37-inch arms. I've never seen somebody's arms that long. That's like above NBA arm length, by the way. That's insanity. Freak athlete, had like 5 career sacks. Doesn't make any sense to me. But 7th round, it's a good gamble there. You idiots let the Chiefs have a great draft. What are you idiots in the NFL doing? Xavier Worthy is a speedy receiver, great fit for the Chiefs. He's going to have 20 times better deep balls from Mahomes coming from Quinn Ewers. Kingsley Suamataia was a top 40 player for me. I think he can start for you at left tackle. Jared Wiley was my best available tight end when he was taken. Jaden Hicks was a top 50 player for me out of Washington State. Hunter Norzad was one of my best centers. Good value pick there. Kamal Haddon has some medical stuff and inconsistencies, but he was awesome in coverage this year if you trust him there. Hansen in the 7th was fine depth. Chiefs had my 2nd favorite draft this year, and they almost took away the number 1 spot with some great picks on day 3. The Raiders, B+ for Brock Bowers, so double B, get it? Kind of a unique fit. Jim was a slot receiver. Best player on the board there. Love Jackson Powers-Johnson. I didn't like Delmar Glaze in the 3rd. That was a reach for me. But Cameron Richardson, fun athlete. Eichenberg's a good thumper at middle linebacker. Dylan Laube can be a great fit alongside Zamir White, 2 very different players. 7th round values. Trey Taylor, one of my sleepers. MJ Devonshire. It's a good class for Vegas. The Chargers, good start. Joe Alt, Ladd McConkey, Junior Colson. All 3 guys are great picks. They fill needs there. Justin Aboyesby's, I think, a sleeper out of Alabama, as rare as that might be. He still was fine. I loved Cam Hart pick, though, 2 picks. I actually had Hart above Still, even though Still went first. Kamani Vidal can be a good pass protector. Good pick out of Troy there. Brendan Rice stops Jerry's kids from falling too far there. And 2 Michigan men only, so the underhit, Cornelius Johnson. The Rams, I had a bunch of picks this year, including 4 in the first 2 days. Who are these Rams? I like Jared Verse. I like Braden Fisk, 2 FSU kids back-to-back there. Blake Corum's a good fit for what Sean McVay does. A little early on Cameron Kinchen, so I want to believe in him, but the athletic abilities, it's a red flag. Like the day 2 picks, day 3 picks, Brennan Jackson, Tyler Davis. Bo Limmer was a steal. KT Levison was a good pick there. Kicker in the 6th, it's okay. I thought overall an above-average, very good draft there by the Rams. We got all the best NFL, NBA, college football coverage for you. You want more free NFL YouTube videos? UDFAs tomorrow, the top 20 guys that sign. Once they sign, hit that sub button, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Do not miss out on our incredible NFL coverage. Appreciate everyone who has already subscribed. The Dolphins, Chop Robinson, I didn't love in round 1. He scares me. That burst is stupid good, but where's the production? How are you that good at with no production? Patrick Paul will be a long-term left tackle if he develops. Kind of an upside pick there. The day 3 selections of Jalen Wright, Muhammad Kamara. It's kind of weird going double edge, by the way. Malik Washington, I love. I think Malik Washington is going to be a flawless fit for the Dolphins as a slot receiver. He's a dynamic after-catch guy. He fits so well. I think there's some Debo stuff to him. Not the running back stuff, but like the yak guy. I'm intrigued there. Jalen Wright with Devon A-Chain long-term is just stupid good speed. Love that pick by Miami. Really do. Minnesota's next year class is going to be a little bit thin. But for this year, J.J. McCarthy, Dallas Turner carrying the burden there. If you believe in McCarthy, I like him more than Penix and Nix, by the way. Just FYI. Dallas Turner, like his game. My number 1 defensive player, by the way. Kyrie Jackson's a worthwhile gamble in the 4th. Walter Rouse has some upside there. A kicker I hate. Then it's all 7th rounders. So it's almost a 3-man class for Minnesota, but I do like the 3 men involved there. The Patriots, Drake May, I believe in him. Everything else was one defensive player. So offensive heavy is smart for New England. Jalen Polk, Caden Wallace, a little bit early, but I do like Polk a lot. Layden Robinson, little bit early. Love Javon Baker in the 4th. Great value there. Marcellus Dial has upside. Good pick there on day 3. Joe Milton was interesting. He's going to be a tight end. He is like he's not a quarterback. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's not. The accuracy, consistency's not there. Jaheim Bell and Joe Milton, I think, are both like awkward position tweeners there. They can do some fun stuff. Milton's a great athlete. I kind of want to see him as a Logan Thomas type. Jaheim Bell's a jack of all trades, master of none. Saints, I almost gave him an A+. Talise Fuaga, love it. Talise Fuaga. Coy McKinstry, home run pick. I actually like Spencer Rattler in the 5th. I think that's the right spot for him to go, and maybe you get lucky. Bub Means, good pick there, the receiver from Pitt. Jalen Ford was a good value pick at linebacker. Christian Boyd's a good run stopper. Josiah Aziram, who has played 2 years of tackle total in his life and has actually been really good for Eastern Kentucky. Great 7th-round flyer there. Lack of a 3rd and 4th made it not an A+, but I love the rest of the picks there for the New Orleans Saints. The Giants, love Malik Neighbors at 6, my number 2 overall player. Tyler Nubin, the safety, was about where he should have gone. Same with Andrew Phillips. Theo Johnson, good pick there at tight end. Developmental guy, upside galore. Love Tyrone Tracy in the 5th. That is a steal for the Giants. I think there's going to be, that is Cordero Patterson to me as a running back. I like him a lot. Darius Muasau was a good value pick there in the 6th out of UCLA. The Jets, let's get to them, an A for what they were able to accomplish in this year's NFL draft. Love Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. Malachi Corley was where he should have gone in that early 3rd round range. They took both Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis. They go 4 deep now with Israel Abanikanda, who I also like, so some speedy guys with Breece Hall and the 2 thumpers there. I do like Jordan Travis as a backup option at quarterback at FSU. Quantez Stiggers is a fun story, too, the CFL kid who played professionally for the CFL and was draft eligible, which never happens. Great pick there for the Toronto Argonauts. Like the value. That's where he should have gone. And then Jalen Key was Mr. Irrelevant as well. The Eagles get a T for trade. A record-setting amount of trades. Howie Roseman is unhinged, and I love it. It's actually an A. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean were 2 great picks there. Jalix Hunt was early for me, but there's a lot of upside there. I get why he went. I knew he was going to go earlier than what I had him graded there at a Houston Christian, the edge rusher. Reminds me of Hassan Reddick, by the way. Will Shipley, Anaya Smith, Jeremiah Trotter, Trevor Keegan, and Johnny Wilson on day 3. It's a bunch of good picks, man. Philadelphia is Philadelphia. They're a good football team, man. They draft well. Back-to-back years, the Pittsburgh Steelers have one of my favorite draft classes. Troy Fautanu, Zach Frazier, Roman Wilson, Peyton Wilson, Mason McCormick, not Logan Lee or Ryan Watts. That's fine. That was the 6th-round picks. 5 straight picks I thought were immense value for where they drafted them relative to the round. A little surprised they went 3 offensive linemen. That's okay. Fautanu can play tackle. Frazier's your center. McCormick can be your long-term guard. It's a good job again by Pittsburgh. Back-to-back years, I love what they've done. San Francisco double-dipped at wide receiver with 2 kind of yacky slot guys. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall out of Florida. I like him. That's Yak Harlow, but by the way, out of Florida. Renardo Green, I liked him more than most people. I think it's a good pick. I love the Dominique Puny pick. Lick Mustafa is Dante Whitner for me, so that's a good comp there for the Niners fans. Isaac Arendo's a great fit. Maybe this snaps the Eagle. Niners take a running back, ends up as an Eagle down the line. Jacob Cowing could have done with one of those guys. Puny's going to be a center or a guard, I think, in the NFL. There's no right tackle for me. That's a red flag. Man, you got Ayuk and Devo and Juwan Jennings, and you spend 2 of your top assets, 2 of your top, 150, whatever it was, picks on receivers. I just didn't like that. They're good players. I just don't like the fit. Seattle, B- for me. A little light on the draft capital overall, no 2nd rounder. Byron Murphy, my 16th overall player, goes 16 overall. Love the value on Christian Haynes. That was a great pick. I like Tyrese Knight as a sleeper. Your 4th pick's a backup tight end and A.J. Barner. He's a good blocker. Ain't much pass catching there. I did like DJ James out of Auburn, to mention a day 3 pick there as well. All right, we're almost done, guys, I promise. Tampa, Graham Barton, Chris Braswell, Tyke Smith, Jalen McMillan, and Bucky Irving. All those guys were like the right where I had them graded, or even a little bit later in the draft than where I had them graded. So great value there. Love the Barton pick. Braswell was pretty high for me. McMillan and Irving to kind of bookend the third and fourth. Really, really good picks there. Tennessee. This comes down to if you like J.C. Latham and T'Vondre Sweat. I had them lower. Sweat scares me. Latham's foot quickness does worry me. They're big boys, though. I think Cedric Ray, he has to be kept clean, but Sweat and Simmons will keep him clean. I love Jarvis Brownlee. Jaquan Jackson going to go back with his own roommate and best friend, Tajay Spears. Is a fun story. Plus, he's a good return man. James Williams, Jalen Harrell, both good 7th-round picks, too. So I actually like the day 3 value more than I like those first 2 picks for them. Washington, got to make sure Jaden Daniels is the dude. They had a bunch of top 100 picks, by the way, and I like almost all of them. Jerzon Newton, Giant Newton was a steal at third. That's my Brian Branch this year. You didn't need a defensive tackle with Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, but I like it. Mikey Sainristil, the nickel from Michigan, I think is a dog. I'm one of my favorite players this year. Again, with Newton, 2 great picks there. Benson, the tight end, was a little bit early, but they needed a tight end. I get it. Brandon Coleman is maybe a left tackle for them. We'll see. He could also shift inside the guard. I actually like Luke McCaffrey and Jordan McGee in the 3rd and 5th. Good values there. Dominique Hampton's a good special teamer. Javonte Jean-Baptiste. New regime for Washington. It's a good start. Who was the best pick in the 2024 NFL Draft? Drop that player team name for me in the comments.